G'day, I'm Josh, registered migration agent with Immigration Gurus, where we'll set you on the right visa path and make your Australian dream a reality. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to keep up to date on everything you need to know about Australian visas. In our first video, I've talked about the fact that some people, such as Australian citizens and permanent residents, are automatically exempt from travelling to Australia. Unfortunately, this is not the case when citizens and permanent residents want to leave Australia. They can only travel outside Australia if they've been granted a travel exemption. Temporary visa holders, on the other hand, can automatically leave Australia. They do not need to apply for a travel exemption. The Australian government encourages everyone at the moment and continuing to return to their home country when it is possible to do so. However, once they leave Australia, they will not be able to return while the travel and border restrictions are in place. Australian citizens and permanent residents must apply for an individual travel exemption to leave Australia, and that is what we're going to talk about in today's video. As an Australian citizen or permanent resident, if you meet at least one of the following requirements, you may be eligible to apply for a travel exemption if your travel is part of the response to the COVID-19 outbreak, including the provision of aid for your business or employer, to receive urgent medical treatment that is not available in Australia, for compelling reasons for 3 months or longer, on compelling or compassionate grounds, or in the national interest. So if your travel is because of one of these reasons, you may be considered eligible to travel. However, you will have to provide evidence to support your claim. Here is what you will need to provide: passport, marriage certificate, birth certificate, death certificate, proof of your relationship, for example, shared tenancy agreement, joint bank account, marriage certificate, proof that you are moving to another country on a long-term basis, and this can include leases, job offers, evidence of goods being transported, proof of your current valid visa, including in Australia and or overseas, a letter from a doctor or hospital about any medical treatment, condition, with a statement on why travel is necessary, a letter from your employer or other evidence that you are travelling for a business reason. It should include a statement or evidence to show when you wish to return to Australia, plus any other proof that you may think will help your travel exemption request. Today we will also look a bit closer into citizens and permanent residents who are seeking an exemption to leave Australia for 3 months or longer. It is possible to leave Australia for more than 3 months only if you have a compelling reason. You must provide evidence to support your claim. It is important to know that the evidence has to be provided in the form of a statutory declaration, and this declaration has to state that you're requesting the travel exemption on the basis that you intend to be absent from Australia for more than 3 months. Some examples of evidence that you could include in your application would be confirmed flight itinerary. If you do provide that, it is crucial that your return date is at least 3 months after the departure date. Confirmation of leave from your employer for 3 months. So you got a leave letter from your boss. Enrollment confirmation for study if you're studying abroad. A doctor's certificate to support your claim that you're traveling to provide care for a sick family member overseas, and any other evidence that you think might support your request. You should only travel if you have a compelling reason, and if it is essential that you need to travel now. Keep in mind that it might not be easy for you to return to Australia. Flights might be cancelled or delayed, and there's also quarantine requirements at the moment here and in other countries. Definitely consider this and factor that into your overall budget as well. You must ensure that you have sufficient funds to support yourself during your stay overseas in the event of any disruptions in your travel plans. The majority of travel exemptions to leave Australia are finalised within 48 hours, so they're quite quick. However, some might take a bit longer depending on the complexity of your situation. Keep in mind that you should only make one request per person. Duplicate requests will only cause extra delays, and it's just not going to speed up the process. Once your travel exemption is granted, you'll be able to leave Australia, but make sure to take all the evidence that you need with you to the airport, and also take that exemption notification. If you're not granted the travel exemption, you can apply again. you may need to provide additional documents and information, and it's always a good idea to get some professional advice from a registered migration agent, such as ourselves. We're always happy to answer any questions, however small or big they may be. There is no limit to the number of times you can apply for the travel exemption. So if you do get knocked back, you can apply again and again, but obviously keep in mind that your circumstances need to change for there to be any change in the decision that immigration make, and the evidence as well. If you have any specific questions about how to apply for an individual travel exemption or need help applying for one, get in touch with our team or leave a comment below. I'm Josh from Immigration Gurus. Until next time, have a great week.